Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another episode of the God Wars. This is week 14. The players are actually in week 18, so I'm slowly catching up, and we'll catch all of you listeners up as well. At the end of this, I will also, I'll just tell you now. There's some updates in the God Wars rules for those of you playing, pertaining to anti-aircraft weapons, large howitzer-style cannons, and siege mortars, which are some technologies that those of you who are at the tech level 5 and above may be interested in. But you'll have to check out the God Wars rules themselves. I need to figure out what page that is so I can send that out to. That's one of the things that people are really interested in lately, it seems. But let's get into it. Like I said a moment ago, this is week 14. Thunder in the Heavens. Xantar and his allies of the Central Powers Alliance proclaimed this cycle through a mighty spell that set his voice, a voice heard by all the gods and goddesses of Maiar, that an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us and will be dealt with righteous fury and terrible anger. The goddess of life continued to usher her forces toward the halfling homelands. These forces included more of her famed eagle riders and giant walking trees that slowly lumbered across the countryside. Lady Tamia established a stronghold on the Blue Moon that included several contingents of sea elves and a new fortress on one of the northern islands whose mystical glow could be seen even by the peoples of Maiar as it sparkled like a diamond in the evening sky. A strange and ominous hum began emanating from deep beneath the mountain kingdom of Aradran, the Dark Avenger's empire. Minions and dragons of Lord Dracor's realm were spotted flying over the mountain eyrie of Lord Elith's mountain retreat this lunar cycle, and by the end of the season, his flags and banners could be seen flying from the minarets of the once proud Winzed nation. The sinking plane was quiet this cycle, though a somber, quiet atmosphere could be felt all along its borders, even though Uxmal and his people could not be discerned save through the most potent of magics. A magnificent circle of mystic towers sprang up this lunar cycle in the realm of Lord Zelex, and with it an omnipresent feeling of dread. Lord Tempestus made a rare appearance above the waves of his domain this cycle, as he personally defeated an ancient behemoth from an earlier bygone era of Maiar's prehistoric past. Lady Izza and her undead minions were strangely absent this cycle, as naught but cryptic chantings and the beating of titanic drums could be heard from her dark and dusty realm. Lord Brutus, god of the mountains, launched another gigantic war fleet this lunar cycle that immediately began sailing north this cycle, accompanied by a swarm of monstrous serpents and other dark amphibians. Tengfei's flying mountain stronghold began moving through the southern skies, preceded by an army of pterodon-mounted hobgoblin warriors, while his cousin Ratham Rex and his minions continued their work on their newly colonized island, while the strange mechanical grinding and sputtering could be heard far and wide. Ilstrandia's new haven on the Red Moon was now clearly visible from Maiar. A massive valley city and fortress could be seen nestled deep within the safety of her red basalt mountains, while on Maiar her minions had begun returning home and onto the front lines between her southernmost stronghold and that of Lord Vermark's mighty defiant fortress. Click-Clack Bibbledoop's capital was besieged this cycle by a combined effort of Lord Xantar's alliance, consisting of the northern halflings of Lord Hillfeather and Lord Karam's mightiest of archmages, and assistance from the elves of Lady Teriel, Lady Tamia, and Lord Xantar himself. When the waves of epic thunder and lightning subsided, naught could be seen of the siren of the Abyss's undersea kingdom. Lord Tumo's newly established port town and surrounding keep and lighthouses continued to expand across Lord Xantar's golden shores, adding one more nation to his mighty alliance. A terrible wind reeking of death and horror escaped the realm of Lord Vermark this lunar cycle, like a specter of impending doom that could be felt all across the face of Maiar. The northwestern corner of Maiar is now perpetually shrouded in fog, and the wailing of Lord Mortis Supplicans this season that threatens to cover the northern hemisphere with the fear of death at the hands of the god of death and assassins. Civil rest seems to be spreading throughout Ionia as Lord Athanatos struggles to maintain his hold over his followers, as if a great pall of dread and loathing are spreading amongst his people, despite his launching of yet another war fleet within his ever-expanding curtain of barrier peaks rising from his shorelines. Lord Eshmun raised another glorious grand temple for his people to remind them of his benevolence and the prosperity he continues to bless upon them with each and every season. Concordia was leveled and laid to waste by the mighty sorceries of Lord von Stark this lunar cycle, and with the death of Lord Averon, his people soon fled the northern wastes or fell to the rapacious hunger of his vampiric minions, adding untold numbers to his ravenous horde of undead abominations. Lord Kurza also raised another grand temple for his people alongside another great billowing forge deep beneath his majestic island empire. Lord Gromdar's forces have arrived and begun to lay siege against Lord Marsala's northern holdings. As of yet, not a single drop of gnomish blood has been spilled, but that is a claim that is sure to be no longer valid come the next turning of the world of Maiar. Lord Hillfeather and his allies amongst the free peoples of Maiar seem to have exacted a terrible vengeance on their first adversary, the Lady Click-Clack Bibbledeep, but yet questions still remain, and time will tell if she has truly been sent to her unearthly reward. A second wing of mighty airships has been sighted over the gnomish realm of Lord Marsala, the Master of Obsession. The refugees of Lord Arcanum's people continue to flourish under the watchful eyes of Lord Tumo and his Mothman subjects, as another city and tower now stand on Lord Tumo's realm, guarded by armies and multitudes of lupine warriors and lupine sorcerers. The newly found island nation of Lord Az produced another mighty war fleet, castle, and temple this lunar cycle, along with the Azkatsi warriors needed to man these new posts in his northwestern province. The forges of the Piper were yet again heard throughout the central continent as her followers continued to funnel Ratkin warriors north in aid or against Lord Vermark. Only time will tell. Von Stark's mighty power was felt far and wide as his thunderous anger rained down upon the people of Concordia. When the lightning ceased, naught was left of the once noble human empire save his empty castles and temples smeared with the blood of his most loyal followers. And there you have it, folks. That was week 14. Week 15 is a doozy. I hope you will stay tuned for that one as things start to get really, really interesting, at least as a bystander. And like I said earlier, make sure you check out the rules section in the God Wars book for the new technological advances. I will be adding some new magical enhancements and rules as this week finishes, but I got a really busy schedule, and some of them are pretty minor, but I'm going to go through everything and see if I can't add a few more new things for you guys. But that's what I got for you today. I will be back tomorrow with probably a comic review. I'm not sure if which one I'm going to do, or if I will pull something else out. And then Wednesday evening, no, tomorrow's Tuesday. Sorry, guys, getting ahead of myself. And Wednesday, I will probably have. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for you in the morning, but I do know that Wednesday evening, DM Beelzebubba and I are going to be talking Mega Dungeons. So that's what's ahead in the schedule. But, as always, stay tuned. And, of course, have a great week. And until then, happy trail.